Welcome into Mental Notes Live. On today's episode, I've got the owners of the Whacha Cookin Food Truck, Brittney and Solomon, and our musical guest for today is Karma Mikel. DJ Woody, take us in. This is Mental Notes Live, the talk show that gives you tools to grow your faith, mindset, and progress. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into today's episode of Mental Notes Live. I'm your host, Hale. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and I've got an amazing couple here. They are the owners of the Whacha Cookin Food Truck, Brittney and Solomon. Thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a pleasure to have you guys on. I've heard your story, an amazing story, and we're going to kind of dive into that in a little bit. But before we do, tell everybody about the Whacha Cookin Food Truck.
Okay, so the Whacha Cookin Food Truck is just based on like comfort food, a little bit of soul food. It's, we're known for our chicken, po' boys, a little bit of everything.
Nice. Okay. Awesome. And how long have you guys been in business?
So with the food truck, we just, this year, we've been in business. But before the food truck, we were catering and, serving to like the salons and barber shops and stuff.
Okay. Dope. Yeah, well, I'm excited to come by. You guys, with the food truck, I know you talked about you're possibly about to move into a restaurant here soon, correct?
Correct.
Okay, awesome. Tell us a little more about that.
Right now we're looking for spaces and, what better suits us and, in our vision. Mm-hmm. So, we looking and reaching out. We got a realtor. She's, doing a good job. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm excited to be able to visit that spot. I know, like I said, you guys have an amazing store. We're going to dive into that on what took place. If you guys weren't able to catch what happened on social media, they've got an amazing story. So let's talk a little more about that. Take us through what happened on February 5th of 2021.
Okay. So on February 5th, I had a meeting with Tom Toot. My husband couldn't make the meeting because he was servicing our food truck with the mechanic. So, once I arrived to the meeting, Tom Toot, the owner of Chef Share Kitchen, he came to the table with an All Lives Matter shirt. He was already enraged. He started yelling at me, just being very unprofessional. So at some point, I just felt like it was best for me to reach out to my husband because I felt very uncomfortable.
Sorry to cut you off, Brittney, but take us, who is Tom Toot so that people know?
Okay, so Tom Toot is Candace, who is also, the owner of Chef Share Kitchen. Gotcha. We were introduced to Tom Toot as the husband, of the establishment. So they both ownership,
Okay.
Yeah, and after using their kitchen only 4 times, he had gave us a termination letter saying that, we had 30 days to leave. Wow. He initially gave us 2 options. But, once we chose to stay, that's when it just turned left. Like, he was not happy at all.
Okay. Yeah. Got you. So things turned left. And is this during the meeting that he says you guys have to leave?
So in the letter, he said that. And then he texted us and said, did you get the letter through the email? I just want to confirm. We did. And, that's when he gave us the options. And he told us, well, if we choose to stay, then we're going to have to meet with him and we're going to have to obey his rules. And so I kind of thought that was a little odd because we're all grown, Right. And I'm like, obey your rules, like we never did anything, Right. So I just said, okay, I don't want any confrontation. I just wrote back, okay. Yeah. And like I said, when the next day when I showed up for the meeting, he was just enraged, like he was angry, like he wanted to start something so we didn't have to stay there. That's what I felt like. Okay. And so, once I contacted my husband, I told him, hey, you need to come. He was there within like 10, 15 minutes, wow. And I had told Tom, I said, let's just stop the meeting. Let's pause. Let's wait. Once my husband comes, then we'll, continue. And so once my husband arrived, I met him at the back door. And then he walks in, he sees Tom, and go ahead, babe.
So I'm like, hey, what's up, bud? He's like, I'm like, okay, cool. So I go back to where my wife was, and she like you know, he brought an All Lives Matter shirt. He was banging on the table. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, oh, he must be crazy. So I didn't really think nothing of it. So, you know, he walk in, sit down at the table. You know, she's like, he's explaining to my husband, you know, your reason for departure. So he like, basically, I just want to end business with you. He don't want to do business with us. He said we contaminate in his kitchen.
We asked to elaborate.
Yeah, we asked to elaborate, and he didn't say anything. So he just blew past the question. So, you know, I say to him like, you know, you had it out with us since day one. I had one conversation with you prior to the incident, and that was the following Saturday, which, you know, he was talking crazy. He was aggressive. He was mad for no reason. You know, he said, I'm sick of this shit. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I never said nothing. Left it at that. And then I was like, you know what? It's fine. We'll leave. You know, we don't got to tolerate no disrespect. And, you know, he just took a deep breath and just lost it. Yeah. You know, he just closed his eyes, tried to pull out his gun.
It was uncalled for. Like, I didn't even expect it. Right. If you seen the video, my head was down. So if they were like arguing or it was getting heated, I would be alert and I'll be looking up. Like I had my head down, and then when I hear, and I just happened to just look, and my husband just jumped over there, and my immediate reaction was to just go help, you know, because I'm like, we're gonna die together at this point, you know. I'm not gonna just run off, you know. And, you know, my husband had to tell me, call the police. I swear that was not my first initial thought, because I'm like, that's a whole nother problem, you know, I'm not gonna call the police. But my husband's like, call the police. So once I called them, my heart began like really pound. I was so scared, I was furious, because now I'm like, now we gotta, you know, brace ourselves for the police. You know, now that we're kind of safe, trying to restrain this guy, now we got a bigger problem. And so I just kept saying, reminding myself, tell them, your husband's black, he's not the suspect. Just keep saying it, you know. And there was other people, oh, I'm sorry.
No, sorry to cut you off. I just want to know why, I mean, I know, but for the people watching, why did you feel like it was so important to let them know before they even got there, or once they got there, who your husband was, that he was black? Why did you feel like that was so important?
Because, you know, look at the world that we live in today. You see all these innocent African-American minorities just getting killed for the police, you know. And initially, they don't even have anything. No weapons, anything. They just, I guess, didn't comply in the police's eyes, you know. And they're just a target and stereotype because they're black. That's how I feel. So I was just furious for my husband, because I'm like, he's black. We have tattoos. We're already a stereotype, you know. We're in an establishment, dreads, we're in an establishment with a white man with a weapon, and now we're restraining him. So now it looks like he's the victim when really we are, you know?
Because the cops, when they got there, they said, we can't arrest him yet, we gotta make sure the story add up.
Yeah, after all of that, like after everything, and we went outside, we're like, why are they not coming out with him in handcuffs? And the guy comes up to us and says, well, we have to make sure your story adds up. So he's not under arrest just yet. And so my husband goes, there's cameras in there. And so he goes, give us a sec. So then they look at the cameras, and then they go, now he's under arrest. And we're like, are you serious? Right. Like, you didn't go off of our word. Like, I called the police, you know? And even once they arrived, I stopped them at the door, and I swear, I did not let not one police officer in. I said, please promise me that you will not kill my husband. And they just all looked at me, and you can tell, like, they were just like, okay, but they couldn't promise me, you know? So that was just really, really terrifying for me. Like, I get emotional even thinking about it, because it's just sad that we feel that way. Like, we cannot call the police.
And that's very sad. And it's just wild. Like I said, that's why I wanted to ask your thought process and why you felt like it was important, because that's something that we live on a day-to-day basis. Like, we don't feel at times like the police are there to help us. It's like, if we can figure this situation out on our own, let's try to see what options we have before we can call the police. You know what I mean? So that it was the last option. Like you said, you guys feel for your life, obviously. So that's why you called. But take us through real quick, Solomon, like you said, he took a deep breath and then you jumped over there because you saw him pull out the weapon. So did you see it, or what happened?
I mean, it was just instincts, bro. It was, I mean, it's common sense. Okay, so he wasn't paying attention to me when I was talking to him. So I'm watching that, and then, you know, once he took a deep breath, you could tell he just built it up. He built up courage to do something. So when I saw him reach, I'm like, oh, I already know what you're reaching for. You reach behind your back with anger. You grabbing the gun. So, I mean, I had no choice. It's either run or get banged, or
he was trying to
get
pull
banged
the trigger. Right.
For real, he was really trying to pull the trigger.
It got caught his finger.
It was in his
his
shirt.
so he couldn't put his finger through. And so when I was over there, trying to help too, I can see this man trying to shoot. And so at this point, it's like I can get shot, my husband can get shot. We're just all right here, you know. He didn't care if it went off, and so it was so terrifying to have to fight somebody to not try to kill you guys. That's what it felt like.
Right.
That's what he was gonna do, because what else were you gonna do with the gun? Show us a magic trick? You had no reason. No, for real though, he had no reason to pull out the gun, other to cause us harm.
And then we went and met with the prosecutor. Even the detective said that he forgot the shirt. He went back and got the shirt. Like he was already walking his way towards, to go meet with her. Then he remembered he forgot the shirt. So he went back around and got the shirt and brought the shirt.
Yes.
And my thing is just like, okay, so now you guys still don't think it's a hate crime? Or
It's a hate crime.
whatever the bias?
Right. Implicit bias, all of that. Exactly.
I mean, I feel like the charge is really getting underplayed for real.
Right.
So
And he has that racist tattoo on his wrist.
that Nazi swastika tattoo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's super big. I mean, they didn't put that in the media. So.
Right, exactly. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys, because a lot of that stuff we don't see in the media. We just see, like you said, the footage of the cameras and stuff like that. But Solomon, before we kind of go further into what's going on right now with the charges and everything, take me through, because I know you said you jumped there. It was instinctive, obviously. But you held him for like 11 minutes or something like that. So take me through what's going through your head, or was it at that time, did it come like robotic? Or what?
It didn't hit me until like after the police got there. I'm like, man, this dude just tried to bang me.
Yeah.
Like, what? He tried to kill us. So I FaceTimed her mom first, and then I FaceTimed my mom. And I called my brother. And my brother and her brother got up there at the same time. And, I don't know, it just didn't hit me, bro. It was like, afterwards, it was like, wow, like, damn, this could have been it, for no reason.
Exactly.
And it just was like, I was just thinking like, damn, what we do to this man to make him that mad?
Right. And was he talking at anything, or was it just like you guys were like silent for 11 minutes?
He was screaming.
He was like, fuck!
Yeah.
Please don't take my gun.
And I was like, you're gonna kill us. And he
He's
was
like,
like, no, I
"No."
wasn't.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, call the cops. And he was like, fuck! He's like, no, please.
And I know there's no audio, but when I was on the other side, I kept on communicating with my husband, screaming like, please don't let him go, babe, please. And you can hear my husband's like, I'm not, but hurry, hurry. And I'm just like, and then there was other people in the kitchen as well.
Oh, wow.
I ran to help. I said, please help. They all ran out. And I'm like, I need the address. And one lady was about to give me the address, but then a guy grabbed her like, no. And then they just ran out. And so at this point, we're just in the kitchen by ourselves. And I'm like, oh my God, like I was just like shaking. I threw up at one point on the 911 call. I had to go outside the door to get the address, but I was like, whatever I do not let the door lock, because it was like you have to put a code in. And so at this point, I was feeling like it was premeditated. So I'm like, if I lock the door, we can't get in. He might have disarmed the codes or something, you know? Right. So I had to hold the door to get the address for the police. Like, that's how crazy it was. And, the worst part about all this is, I was pregnant, and we didn't even know until after, because I had a whole miscarriage, And we're still dealing with that. Like, the other day, I had to go to the emergency room. My legs had swelled up really bad, and I'm like, babe, something is wrong. So I go, and they say, I still have some of the pregnancy left in me from February. And so now I might have to possibly get surgery to get it removed. So it's like, it's emotionally, like, it's a lot.
Yeah, well, I'm so sorry, obviously, that anyone would have to deal with this, but I'm so glad that you guys are alive. Obviously, you got a bigger purpose and a mission that you want to portray and display through the food truck and the future restaurant, which is amazing. Take me through, you kind of talked a little bit about some of the personal struggles, but take us through some of the struggles that you guys have had to deal with the business sense, even after the emotional side, because obviously that's the biggest thing. But now you still have a business that you're trying to run as well. Right. So what's that been like since this? Paranoia,
anxiety. It's like we walk outside and it's like we always looking around, living in, and I ain't living in fear, but it's like we paranoid. So it's like, who want to live like that? Who want to run a business like that? You know what I'm saying? So it's for no reason, he's gonna try to take our life.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like on a day-to-day basis, yeah, it's cool. We might go somewhere here and there, but it's like we rushing. You feel me? So it's like, man, that ain't a comfortable feeling for real.
Exactly. And
then it's like it's not just his wife is like really powerful in his food industry, so she connected with
Health department.
she got friends in the health department, so they tried to inspect our. They sent us emails. They want to inspect our truck, like
After the incident.
After incident.
They keep on saying they want to do all, and it's just like, give us a break for a sec. Like, you know, we're trying to get our mental together so we can get back out there. You know, it's affecting our kids at home too. You know, we have our 8-year-old, she had nightmares. She came one time, it was like 4 a.m. She was crying, and she's like, we're like, what's wrong? And she said, I had a dream that the guy from the kitchen killed us. And so it's just like, it's crazy.
No, yeah, for real. It's man. Even she tried to wake my mom, and Harry was trying to wake me up, and it was like I just jumped on my sleep.
Yeah,
I was like, please don't
Please
shoot me.
don't shoot me.
Like,
And
don't
I
hurt me.
was
I'm like,
what the heck? And then my mother-in-law ran in the room, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything to him. And then just to see him like that, it's sad, you know? Yeah. It's really sad because that affected my husband as well. And then everybody keeps having these, oh, if I was there, I would have did this or that. You never know. You never know, you know?
Because everybody reacts differently. Every situation is different.
It's, bro, you gotta think, if I would have done something to dude, everything would have been reversed on me. You feel me? It wouldn't have, the outcome wouldn't have been.
There's no audio on the camera, so we automatically probably would have been, you know?
Right. And I don't go around, nor should we, oh, you're racist, you're racist, you're racist. But it's a fact, like, we did live in a different world than white people. Like, just the fact of like, we can erase all of the rest of the story out, but just the fact that you are under attack and you feel like you have to tell the police, like, don't kill me, I'm under attack. That just to show you right there, we're living in a completely different world. Right. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't know if you've seen the video, at some point they acted like they were about to arrest my husband. After that, they started putting his hands around, and he's like, what the heck? Right. You know, like, we're the victims. We called you guys for help. Exactly. So it's a crazy world. It's sad, but that's why we want our story to continue to get out there because we want justice. Yeah. They're trying to drop his charge like it was just one person there, you know? They're telling us that he possibly won't get no jail time. He's just gonna get maybe a year probation. And it's like, what are we teaching? That they're gonna let, he's a domestic terrorist.
This is not his first incident though, because once it hit like the media, it was probably like 7, 8 people that came out of the closet and they all minorities.
Saying he's a racist. Even
somebody else DM'd our pastor was like, yo, like, I can't even tell you about things they said about hiring certain groups of people there.
Right.
You know, so it's just like, that's what they live for, to hire people in, to torture them, and then kick them out.
Minorities, just to say they had some there, you know, to try to make it look like they're not racist, you know. And even someone, Caucasian, had reached out that is a friend of theirs and had told me, like, they are racist. You know, and they're like, it's sad. I don't want to, you know, disclose who I am, but it's sad. And I'm sorry that happened to you guys. And, you know, it's like, they're trying to tell us the reason why he's not getting that time is because he doesn't have a background, but they're wrong. He just doesn't have a background being caught, you know. Luckily, we were caught under the camera, you know, because if not, it would have been another he say, she say. They probably would have went with what he said because he doesn't have history, supposedly, you know. So it sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. And that's just no other way to put it. Like you said, it's just a very sad story. But the blessing is that you guys are still alive and you guys are telling your story. Like I said, that's how I got connected with you guys, is through telling your story on social media. Why do you feel like it's been so important to continue to tell your story, like a few months since the incident?
Because, you know, the things that are going on in the world today, you know, we're African American, you know, and it's sad to see Black businesses go down because of a racial issue. Exactly. You know, this was a hate crime. We feel like we need fair justice. Yep. It needs to get out there. And so that's why we're going to continue to tell our story because, you know, it's not fair to us. We've lost a lot because of this, you know, from the child, from, you know, our emotions, our, you know, our mind, our business, inventory. You know, so it's a lot that we had to deal with. So we want justice at the end of the day. Absolutely, absolutely. And justice is what I believe you guys will get, especially if you continue to tell your story and continue to do the right things and continue just to move forward. Like you said, you continue to move forward with the business, which is awesome. Tell people how they can support you guys moving forward and what you guys are doing. Like you said, opening up a restaurant soon, bringing the food truck back.
Yeah, we opening up a restaurant. Like, you know, when it open, you know, our grand open, and just support, show up, show love, and, you know.
That's all we need. That's all we need, bringing each other together. That's what's amazing. Well, like I said, I'm so glad that you guys are alive, that you guys are here, so that I can talk to you guys and continue to spread your story. I can't let you guys leave without getting a mental note from you guys. So whether that's a tip, quote, piece of advice you want to share with the audience, what would your mental note be?
To be aware is to be alive.
Simple as that. No, nothing else to say after that. I love it. Sweet, straight to the point. Where can everybody find you guys on social media or any other platform, by the way?
Our Instagram is Whacha Cookin Food Truck. It's WHACHA COOKIN FOODTRUCK.
Perfect. All right, guys. Well, like you heard it here, go support, go check them out. They've got a restaurant opening up soon, and you know what to do. Go support. Thank you guys again so much for being on.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Today's musical guest is an artist here in Phoenix who can do a little bit of everything. Give it up for Karma Mikel performing her song, Don't Like Me.
Wow, yeah. Know that there's a lot of chickens who will be mad at me. See, they don't understand the patties right in my chemistry. So if you're saying I'm the man, why you playing? I'm the man, Super Saiyan, why you playing? I don't give my plans, cause I think you can like me only if you try to see I'm not gonna bother you for my peace, but I think you can't phase me, and no, you cannot change me. So take a seat, you stepping in my frame, B. See, if a chicken think that they can just come talk about me, write about it, maybe catch a store and make some money off me. Heck no, I don't get it how they living, homie. If they wasn't worried about me, maybe they can make some money. Where they be at, cause I don't see it. All these opponents that they be swearing in their feelings, I don't listen, cause all of these opinions fighting for attention like they playing as my minions. Say no vision, now it's they time to see. So when the beat is on, you already know where I be, cause I can sing, and yes, I wrote this, so you know what I mean. All these chicks is checking for me when I step on the scene. Yeah, I think you don't like me. I'm his future wifey. Bet you didn't know that when you liked them. And I think that you're crazy. You're crazy baby daddy. He always in my DMs while you hating. I think you can like me only if you try to see I'm not gonna bother you for my peace, but I think you can't phase me, and no, you cannot change me. So take a seat, you stepping in my frame, B. Woo, 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 woo. These bitches think that they hurting my feelings. Woo, 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 woo. Maybe a lesson is just what you missing. When they see me, now they wanna be me. Open to all suggestions since you need a tit feeding. If you wanna see me, better see me where I be at. I'm on the south side, you know I'm where the streets at. I think you don't like me. I'm his future wifey. Bet you didn't know that when you liked them. And I think that you're crazy baby daddy. He always in my DMs while you hating. I think you can like me only if you try to see I'm not gonna bother you for my peace, but I think that you're crazy, and no, you cannot phase me. So take a seat, you stepping in my frame, babe. Wow. Wop, 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 yeah. Wop, 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 wop. Wop, 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 wow, yeah. Fix you like Coldplay. Don't do the things they say. Now these chicks is all in my way.
Man, such an amazing performance from Karma Mikel. I love her sound. So dope. Thank you so much for being here. And my final thought for today that I want to share with you guys is one scripture that I love, and it's no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And I think that we really saw that throughout the Whacha Cookin Food Truck owners, Brittney and Solomon's story, that man had malintent, and he was trying to take them out for reasons unbeknownst to any of us. But the good thing is that weapon did not prosper. And for you who may feel like you're under attack from family members or friends or people at work or people around you who may not want you to succeed, just remember that no weapon formed against you will prosper. You will win. You have success, you have victory. Just continue to move forward, continue to push yourself to grow in your faith, mindset, and progress, and good things are coming your way. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. As always, be sure to check out our partner and sponsor of this season, Capers Clothing. Shout out to them for all the great products that you've seen throughout, and you'll continue to see all throughout this season 2 of Mental Notes Live. Be sure to hit them up on their website, capersclothing.com, and use the promo code that they've provided for us, MNL20, to get 20% off of everything on the website. As always, like this video. If you enjoyed it as much as we did, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, hit that bell to turn on post notifications as well. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.